The entire house burst into laughter, not out of amusement, but because no one could quite believe what they had just heard. That was the reaction when an MP stood up and exposed, one by one, the brazen lies in Labour's latest statement. The manifesto, which was meant to be a serious plan for the entire country, ended up becoming a laughingstock. But that laughter wasn't just noise. It was a warning bell ringing loud and clear. Dominic Grieve, chair of the Working Group for Anti-Muslim Hatred and Islamophobia, appointed by the Secretary of State, has shown preference for a definition of Islamophobia that could potentially silence discussions about religion even in serious cases like the grooming gang scandal. And this is where things become truly alarming. When Angela Rayner was questioned about a report possibly exposing serious failings and bias in relation to grooming gangs, Labour's response wasn't accountability, it was evasion. Worse still, they appeared eager to bury the matter entirely. This is why it's vital to like, share, and subscribe. We must shine a light on the truth because they won't be able to silence the story if we keep it alive. Only then can we bring such discussions into the open and make sure your voices are heard. Now, let's take a look at what's really going on. Graham Stewart stood and addressed the chamber, saying, "Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I begin by warmly congratulating the Prime Minister on his first year in office. I acknowledge that the Labour manifesto was beautifully written, deeply moving, and like that other great tale of redemption, the salt path a total pack of lies. With joblessness, inflation, and debt rising, and approval ratings falling, Labour MPs sit on their hands essentially on a work to rule. Yes, Mr. Speaker," he continued, "they're laughing at the very lies they themselves spread. This isn't some misunderstanding, it's contempt for the very people who once trusted them." He then asked the Prime Minister if he could recommend a summer read to take their minds off the calamitous course he and the Chancellor had embarked upon. In response, the Prime Minister said, "We are very proud of our manifesto. It delivered a landslide victory, and we're proud to be implementing it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the level of cynicism we're facing." Shadow Secretary of State Kevin Hollinrake followed up with concerns about Dominic Grieve's leadership of the Anti-Islamophobia Working Group. Not only had Grieve previously supported a definition that could restrict religious discussion, but all other members of the committee appointed by the Secretary were adherents of the Muslim faith. Hollinrake questioned whether this could result in a report that appeared predetermined and biased. The Secretary of State denied the claim, saying, "No, Mr. Speaker, I don't share those concerns. There's no blasphemy law in this country anymore. That was abolished by the last Labour government." This incendiary language is beneath the Shadow Secretary of State. "I was merely stating the facts," Hollinrake replied. And he's right in one regard: freedom of speech is at stake. Currently, the report will be seen only by ministers, with the definition decided in private. If they're hiding this, what else might they be covering up? These matters are too important to sweep aside. At a minimum, the public deserves transparency. Will the government commit to publishing the full report so it can be reviewed by Parliament and the public? The government replied, as per the terms of reference, the independent working group will present their findings to ministers, who will then decide the next steps. Members should let the group do their work and submit their views as part of the evidence process. If you feel this farce has gone too far, hit like and share. Let others see what's really happening. Subscribe for updates the mainstream media won't show, and don't forget to share your thoughts below. In other news, a fiery exchange erupted live on GB News as veteran farmer Colin Rayner challenged Labour's Environment Secretary Steve Reid. With nearly 50 years of farming experience, Rayner accused Reid of being dishonest about the agricultural budget. In an interview with journalist Catherine Furr, Rayner said, "I just find it incredible you can lie to the media. I've been farming since 1976. This is the biggest lie we've ever been told. They're paying farmers to plant wildflowers instead of food. My daughters had to leave the business. It's not profitable. That's the next generation gone." Rayner continued, "I'm 67. If I have an accident, we lose the farm due to inheritance tax. This government hates farmers. We allegedly produce the best food in the world, yet we're ignored. They say they care about the NHS, but £740 million from inheritance tax is going to African farmers to plant trees. It's insane." Furr added, "Some estimate the inheritance tax savings at £500 to £750 million annually, yet we spend £1 billion a month on universal credit for overseas citizens." Rayner replied, "We don't help our own, we help everyone else first. I'm fine with helping other farmers and training them, but we must support food production here. We make our own milk, beef, and sheep. Now the government wants us to eat less meat to save the planet? Avocados don't save the planet." He also criticized the use of prime farmland for solar farms, saying, "It's senseless. The Prime Minister lied to us at the NFU conference. Just tell us the truth. We can handle it." Rayner concluded, "My family's farmed here since 1551. I might be the last generation. Inheritance taxes will force my children to sell. The land will become scrub or housing. We're concreting over the countryside. Speak to the NFU. Speak to the Country Landowners Association. Everything being said is unbelievable. An HS waiting list haven't dropped and we haven't even collected that tax money yet."
It's laughable. Fur ended the segment. It's incredible. Over 500 years of farming at risk due to these policies. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. This was today's important update. We want to make it clear that our videos do not contain any kind of misinformation. Our only goal is to deliver true and verified news to you. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Britain News channel. Thank you.